Alright, welcome to Peak Confinement. We got Head in the building. What's going on?
What's happening?
Alright, introduce yourself and get a little background about your upbringing.
Okay, my name is Amber Head. I'm 35. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was brought up in the church. You know, if I would have followed the teachers of my upbringing, I would still be in the choir singing. But see, you know, I chose my own path and I made some bad decisions and.
So you feel like you would have kept those traditions that you would have been a better person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what were the charges that got you confined? I see that you a habitual offender, so so letting people know like what all you have been arrested for, you know what I'm saying, charged with.
Well, where do I begin? Shit. Okay, it started in my youth, you know, I used to go to the RYDC a lot. Just a lot of fighting and being hard-hitting and impulsive. Once I got old enough to hit the big jail, I think it started out with Forgery, but then from there it got heavy. You know, I got some armed robberies, some aggravated assaults.
Okay.
You know, I got.
So why did it start with the forgery? What was you going through in your life at that time period to make you do the forgery?
Absolutely nothing. That's the sad part.
Oh, okay.
It was just fast money. My friends was getting it, but you know, I used to hate when everybody used to be like, "You spoil every time you call your mom or your uncle. Every time you call somebody, they give it to you. They be like, you know how to get your own money." So I was like, what you got going? How you keep money? So that's how that started.
Okay. All right. So you want to be independent.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, any day, like I said, I see that you have been arrested multiple times. So, any day that you remember, can you give us an insight of what was going on that day and how the folks jumped down on you?
Ooh. Okay. First time I actually went to prison, I had 19 charges, full and counting. I had like so many counts of armed robbery. I had hijacking, kidnapping.
Big boy charges.
Counts of, right, all mandatory sentence type charges, right? Mm-hmm. So I found out about it. I go and run. Pew, you know, they gotta catch me. So I got locked up in DeKalb County. I would have went on a high speed chase, but the little nigga that was with me, he wasn't really about that life. So I pulled over. And I got locked up in DeKalb County when I was on probation already in Douglas from a forgery. So when I left DeKalb, I thought I was going to go to Douglas, but they sent me to Fulton County.
Okay.
So I had to fight that case. My mom and my brother got me a lawyer and whatnot. So he was like, that's my first time hearing a loophole. This in 2007. He said, your case got a lot of loopholes. I'm like, what is loopholes? He was like, well, it's really like no concrete solid evidence. You know, they're saying this, but they don't have this. So, out of 19 charges, I was convicted of 4. 2 of the armed robberies got dropped down to robbery by sudden snatch, and 2 of the aggravated assaults got dropped down to battery. Everything else was debt docket. So I'm like, what is debt docket? I ain't know about that either. He was like, debt docket is it'll still be on my record, but it'll say debt docket next to it. But if I get locked up for something, one of those charges, they can reopen all of them and try me like that. I was like, what?
Oh wow!
Why would we want to do that, nigga? But yeah, so I went to prison. They gave me a 10 to 5. I was locked up from 07, next out in 2013.
So it was a mandatory 5?
No, actually, I fought an officer. I was going to parole out.
Okay.
But I fought an officer while I was there, Miss Hillman. And they took me to Habersham. They booked me in, and they took my parole date.
So why did you fight the officer? Could you describe that day and what events were leading up to it, your fight with the officer?
I had this girlfriend, and it was this prison official, Mr. Dewberry. He was so like. So anyway, he couldn't stand us. He like just knew we was a couple, and every time he when the special team come through, he see us in the dorm together. He will always separate us, and we'll always get back together. Like, she'll go to the infirmary, or I go to lockdown, or something like that, and we'll always get back together. So, anyway, that last time he separated us, her dorm was going to. They was coming from Child, and it was a little hole in the little window thing, and she had bought me a necklace from somebody, so she passed me a necklace and a note. And Miss Hillman was telling her to go, but the necklace got caught, so she was trying to unhook it. She was like, I'm finna go. So I'm locked in the dorm. But see, like Miss Hillman was like doing the most. She's been unnecessary or whatnot. So anyway, she go over there and she started pushing on her. Angel was like, don't push me. So they escalated from there. I mean, they used unnecessary force on her. Miss Hillman had a big ass, had a knee all in No, for real, because she like had a knee all in her back and in her neck. And then when she got a big ass up off of her, she used her. She like pushed up off of her. Okay. So then when she stood up, she was holding her hair like. Okay. I said, when it be open the door, I'm like, BAM! Yeah. And when she opened that door, I beat her ass. I beat her like she was in bed.
Okay, so you dog walked her.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, did any of the surrounding officers or inmate like get you off of her? Like, how did?
All the officers, they had to come to her rescue. They came and pulled me out for. Mr. G said, "Your ass too big for." They couldn't all tie me like they were trying to tie me up all crazy. No, like, y'all even tie me like that though. Yeah. So Mr. G was like, "Your big ass too big for this head." Yeah. So you gotta know Mr. G, right? He was the cert officer. Yeah. He was big, tall, burly, swole ass nigga. Like this big dude. And you telling me you couldn't get my arms behind my back? Man, you don't get out of here. But yeah.
So, did they immediately press charges on you?
I think it was the next day. Well, it was. I don't exactly remember when, but it was within that week. I think it was the next day though. Actually, they took me to Habersham and put my ass in. Okay, so you went to Habersham and they charged you. I had to go to court for it and everything. Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask. You had to go to court and everything? Yeah, they told me to stay away from her. And then they ended up housing me at SMU where she was working at. So I'm like, how the hell I'm staying away from her?
Yeah. So did she...
They told I didn't want to be at SMU. They was trying to be funny.
Did she bother you, harass you after they put you in SMU and you supposed to stay away from her? She didn't bother you after that? Okay. So, could you let the people know what's the life difference in the county and the prison?
Well, prison you will have a little more liberty. See, in county, you can't do shit. In prison, you can go beat the compound, you get out. In the county, you just sitting in that dorm. And see, like, a lot of them started this rotation thing where, like, you might come out for a couple hours in the daytime, go back in, then this part, the bottom come out. So, it's, you know what I'm saying? Don't mess around being locked down. So, you basically gonna be in your room the whole time in county. But in county, you can't do nothing but be in that dorm.
Okay. So, you say you had a good upbringing, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, you grew up in the church. What strain did it have on your family when you went to prison for the first time and then you kept getting in trouble?
Oh, it was heavy. Yeah. It was heavy. I remember money started getting funny. It's a strain now, cause you know people still have lives out here and bills and whatnot. And you got motherfuckers that made the wrong decision, calling you every week about some money cause they want to get food and zooms and one way up and down. And then you know me, I be like, oh
I'm saying? Especially females, you see they out wilding out, stuff like that. Let them know if they get locked up and they really don't have a support system. Basically, they gonna be fucked up by the food.
Yeah, you will. You better have a hustle. You gotta have a hustle about yourself. Period. You be a Pac-Man.
And please,
there's a couple on in there.
Please let the folks know what's a Pac-Man.
Oh, a Pac-Man. They munch on any and everything just to eat. That's the Pac-Man. So you can be a Pac-Man, or you can get you a hustle. You work in the kitchen. You can learn how to steal about the kitchen. You work in laundry. You can be pressing for laundry. And some people pay you press their sheets. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Okay. It's different hustles. You have to find your hustle. You know what I mean?
So for the people that watching, you just heard Head said, if your family and
my
your
name is Head. That was not a bragging right. So no Pac-Man here. Don't get no ideas.
But Head said, if you don't have no family or people mess with you, you might have to be a Pac-Man, which means you have to eat on the pussy just to get store concept.
There's a lot of them survive like that in this house.
Okay, and it's real deal stuff now. So, Head, with the multiple cases that you had, could you afford a lawyer for each one, or you had to use a public defender at one point in time?
For the most part, I had public defenders. It was just that one time when I had 19 charges when it was like real serious.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom got me that lawyer because that judge looked me in my eye. He said, "Young lady, you facing 40 years to life," and they wanted me to tell him my co-defendant. I'm like, I don't have a co-defendant.
So
I don't know what you're talking about.
So you didn't rat, is what you saying?
Nah, I didn't.
Okay. So the public defenders that you had, do you think they did a good job and they was really working for you, or they were just there because they had to be there because you couldn't get a lawyer?
I feel like there's them. It don't matter what efforts man put forward and all that. I feel like them because every time I went to jail, I was guilty as charged. I was that guilty. Every time I've been blessed. Every time. I always walk away with way more blessed than what I should have been. So I have no complaints whatsoever.
So when you said you was guilty as charged, I mean, I know you was guilty, but is you saying for us like they had evidence to nail your ass to the cross? Guilty, is that what you're saying?
See, it was lack of evidence that really didn't get me them 40 years plus. Okay. But I was guilty. Okay. But it was lack of evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have an armed robbery, but with no gun, they can't hit you with no armed robbery. It would have to drop you to a lesser offense. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Can you talk about the cost of living being in prison?
Cost of living being in prison.
Yeah.
Well, see, we like to make the punch. Mm-hmm. I forgot the name.
What's the punch name?
You know what we used to make with the coffee, the Kool-Aid.
You talking about the Bombays and stuff?
Bombay.
Yeah, the Bombay.
Yeah, we used to make the Bombay. So, every once in a while, I like to slip a little facts up in that mud. So, you have to buy all the stuff for that, which is pricey because it's a limit on your spending every week.
Okay, what's the limit?
60. Well, it used to be 60. I don't know how they rock it now. Okay. It was 60, and you got to get your chips, your noodles, your snacks, but you want to make you some Bombay, so you got to get all that. Yeah. The drink, the Kool-Aid. Then say if you like to make like the Laffy Taffy stuff, you got to get extra creamer if you're a coffee drinker. So it's a lot. It's a lot. You got to make some sacrifices. Okay. So you could be in there. If you don't have a detail, say if you're a dorm orderly, if you don't have a detail, you could hustle in the dorm too. You see what I'm saying? People will pay you to wash their stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like some people don't send their stuff to laundry. Mm-hmm. So you wash their stuff, hang it up to dry, stuff like that. People pay you to clean they cell. So if you whatever you find a hustle, get you a hustle.
Okay.
But
so you gotta have a hustle.
Yeah, it's always a way. So if you got $35 on your books, and you want to make you some Bombay and buy you a couple of your faxes, they'll be like, "Hey, look, check this out. How about I do yeah, I can clean your room with it. You can just give me the cream of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you got to figure out a way sometimes.
So when you was locked up, can you describe a typical day in prison for you, and how was the treatment from the officers and the inmates?
typical day for me. I have to say it would have been the hunch.
The hunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I actually used to do. Listen here, Alto, right? Okay, so when you walk up this long little, it's a long little walkway going up SMU, like if you're going to a medical. You walk up there and you bust out that gate, and they got this flower garden right here. And one day we're pouring down rain, but it was nighttime because that's before they put like the medical calls down in the unit. See, they moved the medical call for B unit down to the stove.
Okay.
So we used to go up there. So it's nighttime. They pouring down rain, and we had it right down that garden.
Okay.
We got us a quickie. We just used to do stuff like everyone. That was it.
All right.
But most officers were cool. You had a few on that be on some lane, that be real lame and doing too much. They take their job too serious.
Okay.
What that white man name was? I think he was in the army.
Right.
Nah, the young one, the bald head.
How did the female officers treat y'all versus the male? Do you think the female officers are more bitchier and more meaner than the male officers?
Definitely. Yeah.
Why you think that?
I don't know. I guess it's a woman thing. It's a woman thing. I think women have the most influence in the world than men. Now, men may seem like a man rule the world, but behind the door is his woman feeding him the ideas, and you know what I'm saying. The world is basically women.
Okay. So you saying the women run the world. Okay. So for the people that are watching and listening here, they want to know: is the females getting down in there? Is they having sex? Well, you say you hunting in the flower garden. You know what I'm saying? Is they fighting? You know what I'm saying? I see you got that scar on your face. So can you tell us about that?
Like, this right here. This came from debates. Okay. So I told you when I got locked up in the cab.
Yes.
So that's why I met debates in the cab.
Okay.
She's very, very talented.
Okay.
This is a copy of it. I printed some copies.
Okay.
See, you can see her signature right here.
Yeah.
But I printed some copies and laminated. But I had her draw this for my grandma. Because I noticed that she had never had a picture with her mama. So I had her draw this for my grandma for her birthday. So anyway, long story short, let's get to it.
Yeah.
But okay, so we used to pass notes back and forth in the cab. I was in 100. No, I was in 200. She was in 3. I got in trouble in 200, and they housed me in 100, which is the lockdown part. And then Bates, she ended up getting in trouble, and they put her in the lockdown too. So we was kind of like friends, you know. She got shipped. I never forget. It was December 10th, 2007.
Okay.
She got shipped to prison. You know, I had to do a little more counting by my time. You know, had a girlfriend, everything. You know, she had established herself. So, you know, I still remember her birthday. It's May 3rd.
My birthday May 3rd.
She's a Taurus, so I came right before her birthday, and I was telling you about 10 years birthday. So I came out of the See now at Alto they have the diagnostics. But I went through diagnostics at Metro.
I did too.
And when you went to prison, you had to stay up in SMU, whatever that was called. Yeah. You had to stay up there until they got your housing location. So anyway, when I get out of there, they have a gym called We in Gym, and this crazy girl, she come up to me and she said, "Stop telling people we used to talk." I said, "Well, it was something like that."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I have a girlfriend." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
So you know, that was the end of it. I got a CD from her because I hadn't got no package and none of that stuff yet. So she say, she want me to get her stuff from you. I said, I'm gonna talk to her about it. So I'm gonna talk to her about it. Cause damn, she had just seen me like a day or two before. She ain't say nothing about none of that. Yeah. So anyway, the extra girl go back and say whatever she said. So we in the gym again, and then the bitch spit on me. So I jumped up and I grabbed by her neck. And Mr. Trust come over there. Like, so they fucked around and moved me in her dorm. And she just came in the room. She was like, she had razors. She was like, give my stuff. I said, you think I'm gonna give you anything you spit on me? Yeah. I said, I'm not giving you shit. Yeah. So she had a little razor in her hand. I was finna fight her. Yeah. I see a little razor like they tossing. So what you gonna do with that? She's like, give my stuff. I said, get the fuck out of my room. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, it's whatever. She's like real calm. Yeah. She's like, well, it's whatever. I like being fast. I like this bitch. Yeah. So then I'm like, man, what? I'm like, you got rude, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm putting up my hand, I'm putting up the dukes. You know? So she like, I'm fast. I just seen the blood dropping like this, and she just bagged out the room and said, man, we're even. And I was like, this bitch is really crazy. I said, we even by the city. So everybody kept coming in the room like, you need to tell the police, you need to do this. Like, I ain't telling no motherfucking police, man. Somebody wouldn't have told the officer. Yeah. So they take us both to lockdown. So here come Mr. Big Burly G again. Hey, we know the girl cut you, so you might as well just say it. So, I don't know what you're talking about. What happened to your face? Well, it's a superficial cut. What's a superficial cut? Yeah. It didn't go all the way through. It's just on the outside. It just looked bad. It ain't as bad as it is. So I'm like, okay. I said, well, can you let me on lockdown? No, we're doing an investigation. So, you know, they had me sitting in lockdown. They let her out before they let me out because I wouldn't tell that she cut me. I said, oh, y'all trying to be funny, no? Yeah. Y'all want me to say that girl actually cut me. I sent a week down like a week after her. They wouldn't have let her out because I would never tell. And then they finally let me out because I called McKinney. I said, McKinney, now this ain't right for me to be sending you. And Miss Kitty said, well, she looked at my little thing, Miss Hadwell, what happened? Yeah. She showed up as a character. Man. That's how she thought. She walked like this. They started calling her Big Pussy Kathleen. I mean, Kathleen, come that woman. And she said, well, Miss Hadwell, what happened? And I said, I'm just trying to figure out why I'm sitting in lockdown if I'm supposed to be the victim. I got steroid strips on my face. Yeah. Can I get out of here? Yeah. You know, so, yeah. That was a whole mess right there. Miss Kennedy, she ended up letting me out. Let me out of lockdown. So, and Mr. G was mad at me for a long time. Because I wouldn't tell that the girl cut me.
So would you say that the females, they get it's like a daily occurrence that they getting down or fighting or getting an argument with females?
Oh yeah, it's even been some fights now, cause matter of fact, that day I fought Miss Hillman, it was like, they drugged me. They drugged me cause they said I set off a chain reaction. They was like, I fought Miss Hillman, and then Novelty had something going on with whatever officer, and then that night was with the stay down the rude boy. All this happened that day. So they was like, it's your fault, head. So they drugged me. Yeah, they was like, you fought the officer? You think you making everybody think it's cool? They drugged my ass. That was the longest I ever sit in lockdown. I think I was in lockdown for like half a year, almost like 6 months.
So how did being in lockdown for that long play a toll on your mental?
Woo! Boy, it was I used to, we get out of the event, we talk pros, but I used to have like the orderlies. Hey man, I need cigarettes. So on store day, baby, bring me these cigarettes. I will give y'all some stove. Because I went on the compound, so I would have to catch an orderly to bring me some cigarettes up there, or catch somebody somebody that just came to lockdown that had some from the compound. Then my girl, who I was in lockdown for, her ex came from Pulaski to Alto. Okay. And you know they couldn't wait to get in the bed. Hey, I see you riding still with Murphy. I see you riding with Murphy. Moving and chill. I said, what? So, you know, I made her come to lockdown. Like, bitch, you're coming to lockdown. Yeah. Come on up here with me. So she come to lockdown. And she was like, I haven't seen her in forever. We was just talking. You know? Yeah. We yelling through the gate. You know, they had the gates. You know, we used to go out every morning, but we was in the gate. Individual gate. Mm-hmm. But the gates was connected, but it's individual gates. Yeah. So, anyway. I said, oh, no. We ain't playing like that. Yeah. So, you know, so that's the part that started driving me crazy because she got back out of lockdown. And my mind started playing tricks on me. So I was like, I need to get out of here. So I was like, I can't flood no more. I can't do nothing up here. I gotta get up for inspection. Cause they were trying me, so I started saying fuck everything. But you know, I started doing right because I was like, I'm gonna get up out of here because it's real trouble on this compound. But me and Murphy ended up meeting. Man, me and Murphy got cool. And unfortunately, Murphy died.
She died at prison?
Yeah. She died there. She used to have seizures. And she wasn't supposed to be on the closed face range. Murphy came locked down. She was on camera. And she had a grand mal seizure. And she was on her stomach. She threw up.
So was there, like you said, Murphy had died, was there like a lot of deaths and incidents, you know what I'm saying, or suicides, or that happened while you was locked up?
I know a couple folks made some attempts, like they used to cut on themselves, but I don't think they were really trying to kill themselves. It was more so like an attempt, an attention thing. Okay. So, that I know of, I think Murphy was the only one that died.
Okay. Yeah. So, could you tell the people that's listening, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I always hear like, shit, be in prison, they be having more drugs in the prison than outside world. Is that true or false?
They be having some things in there. They be having some things. They be having weed. They have cocaine. I heard about them having other things, but I never seen those. Now the weed and cocaine, I know they had.
So how much would a gram go for?
Well, you better have what? Oh no, you come out better just having your people send the money to them, cause you definitely can't buy one of those stores. You might get a bump. You might get a bump for $20. So, when you say gram, you talking about cocaine or weed?
The weed. But I know
you know they used to sell little joints for like the little joints.
Oh, joints
for like $20, and they be like so thin.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's pricey. It's very pricey.
So if somebody, you know what I'm saying, can get something in there, they could come up, they could hustle, they could get up here, lawyer. If they really on their shit in there, they get stuff, they could come up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's some crazies in there too. Let me tell y'all. This one, remember that roommate? I had one roommate. She used to always wash her hands. And I was a day sleeper, and she used to be standing over me. All that crap right here. It's some crazy women in there, man. This lady was in there for, she's in love with her husband, and they had a baby, and the husband started showing the baby more attention, and
she was jealous of the baby?
Yeah, she killed the baby. The husband called home from work. She don't kill the baby, cooked it. He eating. Hey, where's the baby? You're eating it.
Oh! Whoa!
Then you remember they had that crazy lady in there. So, you know, I complained during the inspection, and that's when they started making where the day sleepers be with the day sleepers. Yeah, that's when me Kennedy them did that, because I said, this bitch crazy, y'all finna get her up out my room, she finna get up out of here, because I woke up, she standing all over me, you already be in and out the room all day, all this washing your hands to make you see in blood. I'm pretty sure you do sleep, but you chopped up your child and cooked it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's some on fire, killed both of her children and her grandma, went to the club like she didn't know the people were burning up in there. People just crazy ones in there. And then you got.
So is they have a club light in the prison now since she wanted to go to the club? Is they have a club light for?
I mean, they do like, we should do like little talent shows.
Yeah, but if she in attendance to all this, she needs to be if she killed 3 people for that.
Just for that, yeah. She's in there getting sucked down by her little girlfriend. But you strictly dickly outside.
But
you was out here, you strictly dickly when you go to the club and grind on that boy.
But I'm pretty sure she got 3 licenses.
They in here sucking on coochie.
Cause she got 3 licenses, I assume. So, okay, so you said, like you said, she was messing with dudes out there. Is there a lot of females that mess with dudes and when they get locked up, they mess with females?
Yeah. They be, what they call it, gay for the state. You know, cause they'll be so gay when they in there, and then when they get home, they back to what they know, what they really rather be doing. So, you know, you can make dildos in there too, so it's not like they're going without.
Okay.
You can make the
straps. Okay, so for the people that watching and listening, can you give us one way how they will make a dildo?
Oh, no. Okay, you know, like an ink pen.
Mm-hmm.
You take a pen and you get some pads, sanitary napkins, and you wrap the pads around the pen until they get thick. You know, keep wrapping them around. They did pads on top of pads on top of pads, and then you get your you steal some gloves from the officer, and you put the glove on like that's the condom. You cut a little hole in your sports bra, you stick the ding in there, you put it on, tie it all around and all that, and that's how they do it. That's how it's done.
And it's a lot of them that's having sex in there like that, right? Getting beat down.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird too, cause it's a lot of stud on stud things going on, you know.
So for the people that watch it and don't know what a stud is, what is a stud?
Stud is supposed to be a butch. That's the old school term. But the stud is supposed to be like the dominant one. You know, like the dominant.
So kind of like they're supposed to be kind of like the male. The boys. So okay.
So you got the boys with the boys. The boys is doing the boys. I don't think they penetrating, but you know they giving head. Hey man, shout out to my papa BG man. BG said, I let me suck my dick. Let me suck my dick. I said, BG, that gay, bro. Yeah, that ain't no gay, that nigga big. I said that nigga down on his knees, so that nigga big, son. Alright, man, free BG, man. BG is funny as hell.
Alright, so when you was finna get ready to get out of prison, did the prison have any programs, legit good programs that prepare you to go back into society?
They had plenty of that stuff, but I didn't pursue it. I should have though, cause I could be getting my mental check. You know?
Okay.
If I would have did all the stuff my mental health counselor told me to do, like I would probably be getting me a check right now. Okay. But no, I wasn't with all that shit. I wasn't doing all that.
So, do you think the prisons should have like therapists, like actual therapists, like to talk to the females, individuals in there to help with their mental? Is there a lot of females in there that's dealing with mental issues?
It definitely is. It is, because a lot of them have kids. You know, like all of them ain't in there for child abuse or killing their children or, you know what I'm saying? It's some that really care about their children that's in there, and it take a toll on them being away from their kids like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then some just naturally crazy. They was born with mental issues, so it probably be good for them to vent to something. They chest, you know what I'm saying?
Alright. So Head, how is your mindset now versus back then before you started your criminal career?
Back then, see now, work, when I don't, when I do. But no, for real, like, nothing come free in life. So either you, especially when you don't been in and out.
Yeah.
You have to make a decision. Like when it's time for a change. You know, I'm getting too old. I'm getting no younger. I'm getting too old to be still going to prison because I want to quit money. So now it's you at the point of life.
So with you constantly being in and out, do you feel comfortable being locked up, or it's just something that you I'm just saying, some people, no, this real. Some females,
institutionalized.
Yeah, some females I talk to, they be like, they don't mind being locked up because they don't gotta worry about no bills, they got somewhere to sleep, they got something to eat, you know what I'm saying? They gotta worry about it, so that's why I asked you.
They got something to eat, they got some support, cause that food is disgusting. Shit, you know what they talking about? But no, for real, I mean to each his own, but I mean, I feel like they here. I'd rather not be in there.
Okay.
But if it comes to that, then I ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
I done been through it 1,000 times.
Okay.
So, you know, that's just the idea, but I ain't trying to go back. No, but if it ever happened, then I'm not gonna die in the end of the world.
Okay, so for you, for instance, for people that watch it, you know what I'm saying, do you feel like people deserve second chances? But like for somebody that watching, like, well, shit, head done been there 100 times, you know what I'm saying? Do you think you still deserve a second chance for it's like getting a good job, people helping you, you know what I'm saying, to succeed so you won't go back?
Definitely do. These jobs, they be like working at McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff, and they want you to slave for a little bit of nothing, and I got body issues I got to deal with. See, I got carpal tunnel and all that stuff, like, stuff wake me up out of my sleep, arms hurting, aching, arm tingling, all that now, but it always happens once I start working. So, you know, it's just, yeah, because if I ain't doing that, then I ain't using them like that, you know. But when I start working, you know, I start waking up out my sleep and pain and all this shit here. So it's like, it'd be nice if I can get one of them good office jobs. Well, I ain't gotta do nothing but sit down and maybe type. I want to do all this lifting and bending and all that. I want to do all. It'd be nice to get that kind of chance.
So do you think the prison should work with somebody, a company, or offer that, like, hey, to teach the prisoner like new age stuff? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that if they did do that, that more of the female would succeed because they know like how to like do credit, got an office job, know how to do stuff that's gonna make them better in life?
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you that can't nothing make us better in life but us. Can't nothing change that but us.
Okay.
Let's start with your mental. So
okay.
Shit ain't gonna get better until you really ready for it to get better. If you want it to be better, it'll be better. You can be stuck in a rut, but that's something you gotta deal with. It all starts with you.
Okay. Okay, I feel you. So if you could go back in time, rewind.
Woo! Wow, I would change so much. What?
So
I never would have went to prison. Oh, I didn't even tell you how I got to that point, right? When I had all them big charges, right? So my partner, I had told my partner, oh, we going shopping. So we such a shame. But okay, so me and my homeboy, we pushed up on the boats. And they ain't have. So we were like, they didn't have the money. So normally when we go on moves like that, we bust everything down. They had a checkbook. So I had an account. We just going to everybody going to America and I'm just cashing through my account, writing myself a personal check. And I said, bro, I ain't splitting it with you because I know it's gonna come back, but I still did it because I told you folks we were going shopping.
yeah.
Like an idiot. Hey, that kind of love don't exist, okay?
Yeah.
we went to the ball, and I spent it all in one night. And then I gave my homeboy like $300. I'm like, I can't do it with time. But you know it, you still did it. So what was the purpose?
Yeah.
For what? A bitch? Man, please.
So the people that you was cool with and close with when you was locked up, was they there for you?
That's another thing. You will see who your friends are. Mm-hmm. Now, majority of the time, I ain't here for half of them. I don't even have friends anymore.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Now, I can say one though. That'll be Brenda.
Okay.
That's a Brenda. But other than that.
Okay. So what's going on with head today? You got any goals or aspirations?
I'm just taking it one day at a time. I still find myself making bad decisions every once in a while,
But all you can do is just take it one day at a time.
that's it. I'm just trying to stay out the way of the law. I'm trying to maintain, keep my little job. I like it, it's easy. But I didn't even go yesterday.
Okay.
Because I made a bad decision Saturday. And I just didn't even go to work.
Okay. So, do you want to leave a message for the people that's watching?
Hey man, stay focused, man. And whatever advice, don't let nothing take over you. You gotta be in control at all times. Yeah.
If anybody want to reach head, you on social media, how can they reach you?
Oh, what's the name of it? I think it's I don't know the name of my pages. I don't know. Let me check it out. Okay, Instagram we got big_red_red.
Okay.
Yeah. We got. I don't hold me on Facebook.
Okay, so you want the folks to hit you on the Instagram? Ladies.
Kiamber Head on Facebook. And then TikTok. Am I the only one hot, y'all? I think I've been having that early stages of menopause or something right now. TikTok at KIP_129.
All right.
That'll be it.
There you have it. We got head coming through. Thank you for coming through.